Welcome to the EpicMan Podcast, the show about the wildest news in entertainment and culture and apparently outer space. I'm Josiah, and with me, my two friends and co-hosts, Ben and Mike. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Talking about outer space again.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. We have plenty of outer space news to bring up today.
That's what gets me through the week.
How much better could I be when we're...
It is the best. It is the best news of the entire week. Honestly,
it really is.
We might just want to switch up our game here and become an outer space podcast, to be completely honest.
Well, listen, I'd rather talk about outer space than just about everything else going on this week. So
yeah,
I mean, same. I'm not here to spit knowledge about outer space, but I am here to talk about how amazing outer space is. So
and
you know what? Mike's background right now
exactly it
perfect.
Fits the theme.
It is perfect.
What?
It fits
the
theme.
What are you talking about?
It's got lava, it's got fire.
I don't know.
It's like hell.
Lava, volcano.
And that is exactly what this planet is that was discovered this week. A hell planet, apparently.
It's dubbed a hell planet. I mean, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but
imagine living on a hell planet.
Apparently rains molten rocks.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. That is
cool.
so freaking cool. That is so freaking cool. So yeah, it rains rocks, has lava seas, apparently.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. It has winds of over 3,000 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh. Supersonic speeds.
And the best news is that it's only 200 light years away.
Oh, so we should go there.
So we could honestly probably go there someday, maybe. I don't know.
Let's
someday. Like 1,000 years from now, maybe.
When we learn how to combat 3,000 mile per hour winds and extreme heat.
Listen, all you need is a lightsaber and belief in yourself, and you can do it.
Apparently it has an ocean of lava more than 60 miles deep.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
How? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How?
Yet, at the same time, and I don't get this, the planet also has temperatures that plunge on one side to negative 328 degrees Fahrenheit. So low that it can freeze nitrogen. So that must be like, that's interesting.
That's like a weird...
Oh, okay, so there's apparently two sides on the planet. There's like a frozen side, and then there's a hell side, apparently.
Oh, that's even cooler.
On the other part of the planet, temperatures rise to, oh my goodness, 5,432 degrees Fahrenheit, which is high enough to vaporize rock.
This sounds like one of the coolest planets ever. Not gonna lie.
Sorry, what?
It can vaporize rock.
Oh my gosh.
Similar to Earth, the particles follow cycles in which they evaporate, rise into the atmosphere, condense, and then come back as rain. But on this planet, the evaporated particles are pulled to the frigid side by supersonic winds. Wow.
So maybe if you live just on the equator, it's like super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We should move there. We should go
Honestly,
there.
Where it rains rock and oceans are made of lava. Just
listen.
What more do you need?
It sounds like Mustafar on crack, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, wow.
That's pretty awesome. Awesome. Outer space is so freaking cool.
It really is.
It's so cool.
Like, it is cool, but like also there's like molten planets and like what do you do with that?
I love the fact that we're at the point where we can start like discovering other planets, even though we'll never be able to reach them or anything. But it's still cool. It's still cool that we get to look at what could be and stuff.
One day,
right?
Maybe one day my children's children.
We can see that all with telescopes, like high-power telescopes.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
In Ben's case, his glasses.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, mine, yeah. See everything with these babies on.
Just wait until you have like those giant bifocal lenses or whatever.
Yeah, and I've got like a cybernetic implant that's like,
oh my goodness, yes,
crazy binoculars.
Listen,
I honestly, heck, if I could get cybernetic eyes, I would just rip mine out and have someone stab some new ones in and be all set.
Why does this podcast either go in the way of planets and us dying on them or self-mutilation?
Because Mike We like to ask the real existential questions.
No, but for real, how cool would it be to chop off your legs and then have cybernetic legs that can make you jump super high?
Cool, because you'd have
run
to
super
jump off
fast.
your legs. You wouldn't have real legs.
Like if I could have legs that could make me jump super high and run super fast, oh my goodness, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
I mean, but you'd have to chop off your legs.
Yeah, I mean, but you get an upgrade, right?
But then, like, I mean, what if they rust?
Oh, they wouldn't rust. They won't rust. They'd be made out of like titanium steel or something. So they'd be perfect. Just perfect.
Are you listening to yourself right now?
See, what I would do is I would chop off my legs and then I'd have someone take me to Elon Musk and I'd be like, please, Elon,
please
make me
the robot legs.
Make me a cyborg.
My child, I was waiting for this day. Or he would just smoke some weed and be like, dude, you got to get out of here.
You got to get out of here.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. So speaking of weed.
Weed.
Yeah, we have some reviews coming in this week for Xbox Series X and S and PS5.
How does that back to weed?
Well, you got to be a little high to think that the Xbox Series X is good, right? So
no, that's not how that works at all.
You got to be a little bit.
No, but for real, I mean, they both sound like they're doing pretty good as far as reviews go and stuff.
They do.
So
yeah.
I don't know what the average is as far as reviews go.
I was looking. I mean, I didn't see anything under like I saw like one 7-star for like, on both sides. I think but like I haven't really everything else has been like 4, 5, 9. Like everybody says they really like them.
Yeah, I've been seeing pretty much positive all around the board. Yeah. Which I mean, like I said, I still want both eventually at some point in time. But
yeah.
I just think
I'll be getting both as well.
They honestly both look good.
Because I'm a real gamer, so
if you're a real gamer, you'd only game on PC because it's the master race.
No,
but I have PC, and then you might as well add Xbox and PlayStation to that, and then you're a real gamer.
And then and a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
so
you don't really need to get an Xbox because you can just play all the games on your PC. But you can't do that on PlayStation because PlayStation blows.
Well, that's a bad
I don't know.
take,
I know this is gonna get me probably in some trouble and stuff, and get me some hate.
Please.
But I thoroughly enjoy playing on consoles more than PCs.
Oh no, that makes sense. That's not crazy.
I think that
PC's better, but
I think what you're the main thing. Oh, what the heck is going on with the camera here? Sorry, I'm just
stop disappearing on us,
focus. Is you like playing with a controller better than you do keyboard and mouse?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. And when it comes to first person shooters, I do actually prefer mouse and keyboard. Oh no, we're about to have a baby appearance again.
Hey baby.
The legend.
The legend.
The legend appears. But yeah, I think overall I prefer playing mouse and keyboard when it comes to like shooters, but with everything else I prefer a controller and so.
Interesting.
So.
I'm actually surprised that like RPGs you don't prefer keyboard and mouse.
Well, okay. Yeah. Okay. I do. That's true. I can't. I've tried playing.
You just hot taked yourself into a
well, like for example, I tried playing. Okay, so I know you guys aren't huge fans of Black Desert, but it's good for the example.
No one's a huge fan of Black Desert.
Right. Okay, but it's good for the example I need.
Black Desert isn't a huge fan of Black Desert.
All right, it's good for the example that I'm trying to get to.
Okay. Cool.
When you have so many different abilities, it is 10 times easier to use a mouse and keyboard than it is to use a controller. I hate using controllers for things like that. So you're right. Things like Dragon Age or anything like that, I can't play on a console. I have to play that on a computer because it drives me nuts.
Interesting.
But besides that, like if I was going to play like a, what's a good example? Like anything like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted,
gotcha.
any action adventure game like that, where there's not a whole lot of extra, fumbling around with extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like powers and things.
Yeah.
I'd rather play that with a controller. I would not want to play that on mouse and keyboard. Absolutely not. I think
Gotcha.
that'd be terrible.
Gotcha.
But like something like World of Warcraft never could be ported to consoles because there's just too much stuff going on, and you have to have a mouse and keyboard. So like stuff like that, you couldn't even play on a console.
I mean, couldn't you though?
Yeah. I really don't think so.
Star Trek Online is an MMO that they ported.
But that's still not as in depth as
Neverwinter
World
Nights.
of Warcraft.
Neverwinter is a huge MMO.
I mean, Elder Scrolls Online was
Elder Scrolls Online
console, but
but it's still not the same level of stuff as
the fact is it's just not as good because the thing is you have to like consolidate it down into window wheels and
and it's frustrating
cuts and stuff. I mean, if you're good at it.
Yeah, but I'm not good at that, Mike. I'm better with mouse and keyboard.
We figured it out. That was what it was.
I never said I was
if
good
you're
at
good
it.
at it. You can enjoy it.
You know what? This is actually kind of interesting because I've been playing through Ghost of Tsushima and stuff, and I've gotten so far into that game where there's so much crap that you have as far as like in your arsenal of what you can do.
Yeah, the
as far as your abilities and all the different weapons you have. But they did such a great job of streamlining it so that like it's so intuitive of what you need to switch to. And you seriously, you have like, I don't know, like maybe like eight different weapons that you can use and stuff in the game at any given time, and a crap ton of abilities and stuff. But they did such a great job of, I don't know, just making it so that you can switch between them all so easily. And I just don't understand why that can't be done with other games, like some other RPGs or MMOs or something like that. I just don't get it. I don't know. It just seems like they did a great job with handling that in the game.
That's similar to what you're kind of mentioning there for Ghost of Tsushima. I think that's similar to the Final Fantasy VII remake, where you have a lot of different stuff. You can use a lot of different weapons you can use, but I'm pretty sure you go to the menu to switch stuff like that.
Yeah, but
you don't have to do any of that in Ghost of Tsushima.
Sucks.
Okay, Mike, that is a bad
No. Original Final Fantasy turn-based combat is far superior to the new combat system.
Here's Mike's hot take. Here we go.
I played all of Final Fantasy 15, and I got done playing it, and I went, that was a lot of fun, but I really wish I had turn-based combat still. Turn-based combat is far superior to the new style, and I hate that they changed the new style of combat to like this weird action-y economy thing. No, it's garbage.
It's visually stunning.
I absolutely despise turn-based combat.
Oh my gosh! You guys are absolutely out of this world.
Turn-based combat,
insane.
So much.
Listen,
I love the original Final Fantasy.
So much better.
No, it's not.
It's so much better.
I love the original Final Fantasy VII, but the combat was not one of the things I loved about that game.
Well, then you're wrong.
I don't understand the appeal of turn-based combat. It doesn't.
Also, one of the greatest video games of all time, Final Fantasy VI, one of the best games of all time, turn-based combat.
A lot of the older Final Fantasy games have turn-based combat.
All of them do, Ben.
Yeah, except for 15.
Except for the remakes.
And the online one does not have.
So what is it about turn-based combat that you like so much, Mike?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to me personally, turn-based combat, I mean, when you play anything like D&D or any tabletop role-playing games, all of it's turn-based combat. You get to take time to think about things.
But it's not in a video game.
And also, think about it. Like, let's say you're trying to put together a string of abilities and combos. How are you going to do that on a controller when you have like 18 things to keep track of? They do it on MMOs, and the reason that MMOs work better on computers because you have number keys that you can run through your hotkeys with. You can hit the Alt tab and hit those hotkeys. That's why they work. But the thing is, on turn-based combat, you can sit, take your time, look at things, plan out a strategy, and then attack. And then if you want to like keep the urgency going, you put a timer on it, so you only have a certain amount of time. But listen, I do not like the new direction that the Final Fantasy games are taking with their combat system. I do like it.
I think it's great.
I think it undercuts the RPG feel of it. It undercuts your character having all these unique special abilities. Listen, I don't know, man. It's just a thing for me personally.
I think the only game that I've thoroughly enjoyed turn-based combat in is the Knights of the Old Republic games.
Okay, but that's based on D&D,
right?
Which is
but
literally
those are the only two games that I've I have thoroughly enjoyed the combat when it's been turn-based. And that's maybe it's the way it's set up in that game. I don't know, but or maybe those are like two of the first games that I played.
Gaming systems, the literal gaming system that Knights of the Republic are based on, D&D.
And I'm not saying that, but I didn't say it was a problem for like role playing games where you're in person playing a game. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that to be turn-based.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a video game though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like my video games being turn-based.
Yeah, I mean, I've played.
Just saying.
I played turn-based on one of the Final Fantasy games for like 10 minutes, and I turned it off because I couldn't stand it.
You played the wrong game then.
And then I also tried it on one of the Pokemon games as well. I don't remember which one.
All Pokemon is turn-based.
But that also made me very angry, so I turned it off. And
oh my goodness gracious!
It's terrible. It's
you
absolutely.
guys are out of control. I don't understand this.
See, getting back to Ghost of Tsushima though, like you're bringing up the point that you can't have like all this stuff available without like pausing the menu to do whatever and stuff. Ghost of Tsushima did such a great job with where you don't ever need to pause the game, and you can switch between like 8 different weapons. And you can change up your abilities. You can do all of that stuff without ever needing to pause the game. They did such a great job with that. So they should continue to move in that direction in the future with console games, I think. Because it'd be cool to be able to have some cool games on console.
Wrong.
Like some good MMOs.
Wrong.
Not that there are any good MMOs out there, but
Wrong. Josiah, you're killing me.
Maybe someday we'll get
you and Ben are killing
an
me.
MMO that would actually be a good MMO. We'll see.
Why do you want me to die?
I don't want you to die, Mike.
I grew up with turn-based combat. I love the RPG style of turn-based combat. I don't have a problem with games that want to do like real life combat. I don't. There are some really fun games that do it, but I don't know. To me, it'd be like watching one of your favorite childhood shows get like rebooted, remade, and then they like change like the way the characters look or the names of the characters, and then they go, "No, this is the show that you grew up loving," and I'm like, "But it's not. It's something totally different."
Gotcha.
And
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just prefer the crappy childhood version over.
It's not crappy childhood. Like you wouldn't even have the version you have. I was fine with them changing the direction for Final Fantasy 15. It made sense. But for them to be like, hey, we're remaking Final Fantasy 7 and we changed the combat system completely, come on, son. Like, come on.
That's a little weird, but yeah.
It is weird.
I don't think so because they kept the core of what made that game special, which I believe is the characters and the story.
You mean the first like third of the game and then they cut out half the content and made a bunch of fetch quests?
Okay, it was fun, Mike. It was
fun. A lot of people also were frustrated about all the fetch quests.
Fun. We all know this.
A lot of people were frustrated about the side quests, Ben. They said that the game wasn't fully what it should have been, and so I don't know.
There's a lot of games I just don't play side quests in.
Well, that's also your fault.
If
you play Witcher, you play all the side quests.
Okay, I hate The Witcher, Mike. It's one of my least favorite games of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Considered one of the greatest video games of all time.
It's not even horrible on console.
It's not even turn-based.
No,
it's not even turn-based.
That's not the point.
Combat.
Doesn't matter. Its combat system was bad, Mike.
It was. It was trash. The entire inventory system, the entire combat system, everything was garbage in The Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3
it was so anti-intuitive.
Acclaimed games of all time, considered one of the greatest video games ever.
I don't freaking care.
And you're both gonna sit here and stand on that giant hill and try to die on it, and you're gonna die because the Witcher's gonna kill you on that hill.
Mike,
The Witcher 3 is considered one of the greatest games of all time, and you're just try to tell me that game's combat is trash.
Just because
that game is trash.
Just because some people or most people think it's the greatest game of all time doesn't mean that I think it's the greatest game of all time.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I don't judge my opinions based on other people. I'm sorry.
I don't. I played the game and I was like, this game is legitimately amazing.
No, I also played the game and I thought it was legitimately not very good.
Well,
I'm saying if they completely revamped the inventory system and the combat system and everything in The Witcher 3, I probably would like it. I probably would like it.
I want to go back to something real quick, just for a moment here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Just a moment.
Here we go. What is it, Mike? What do you want?
I remember there was a moment in time where Ben said he liked Black Desert.
Uh-huh.
And then told me that The Witcher wasn't good.
Yeah.
Ben.
I can have that opinion if you want.
No, he can. You can, but you're wrong.
I played.
Even
when I played
Black Desert
Desert,
thinks Black Desert's a bad game.
When I played
They're like,
Black
yeah,
Desert,
bro, we did a bad job.
When I played Black Desert and enjoyed it was probably, I don't know, years ago, whenever it first came out. And I was experimenting with a bunch of MMOs, and I was like, wow, this is fun. Primarily fishing, though. That was like my biggest thing.
I remember you just talking fishing for
fishing,
about fishing.
So because you couldn't fish in The Witcher, it's a bad game.
No, The Witcher just isn't very good.
I mean, let's be honest.
Menial tasks.
Let's be honest.
Fishing
Any
is
game
fun.
that allows you to fish automatically makes it so much better.
It does.
So.
Like I didn't do anything else in Black Desert except for spend my time fishing, trying to make money, and I would try to catch the biggest fish I possibly could. Yeah. And I spent hours doing this.
Fishing
it was so much
in
fun.
Games is so good. Like I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize that in Red Dead Redemption 2 that you can fish until like they bring it up and stuff later in the game. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is all I'm going to do for the rest of this game. Is just go and fish.
It's literally the same with the new Animal Crossing game. I spent so much time fishing in that game. It's not even funny. So
fishing is great, man.
That's why I enjoyed Black Desert Online. I did barely anything else in that. I bought houses, I fished, I sold the fish for money. That's all I did. So I'm going based on that. But The Witcher, I played the game with the combat and everything else, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
I'm sure that the story is fantastic and everything else, and the world building's great, but
it's hard to get through a game when you can't play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
exactly.
Maybe you played it pre-patch. They fixed it. I liked it. The combat was way more streamlined. I had almost no trouble with anything in the game. I can understand because to me, the inventory system is built like an MMO's inventory system. And that I can understand if you don't like that. And I get it. It'd probably be way more fun on PC. But I enjoyed it. I had no trouble with it. I thought it was way more streamlined. I blew through the game on a much harder difficulty than normal and had a great time and thought the combat was fun and engaging and the story was great.
Okay.
You know what?
And I think many people would agree with me. In fact, most people. In fact, even major video game developers and people that give video games awards would agree with me.
Oh, I don't give a shit about them.
I think they would agree.
Then why do you guys care about the reviews for the PlayStation? It doesn't matter. Even if it's a terrible console.
I mean, it does matter for a console because that's a piece of hardware.
To me, the reason I am interested in the reviews and stuff because I haven't been able to experience it myself yet.
Right.
So
we're looking to live vicariously through other people, Mike.
Yes. But then when I get to experience it myself, then I'll be able to say in person that Xbox Series X is trash and PlayStation 5 is amazing.
Well, you won't say that unless you continue on this terribly dark path where you think The Witcher's not a good game.
And you know what they're actually giving a lot of praise for, Mike, right now? The PlayStation 5 controller.
Ew.
Like, they are saying it is like one of the greatest controllers, if not the greatest controller of all time.
Ew.
Yeah.
So,
next level.
I'm saying.
Listen, you know who really likes the PlayStation 5 controller? The NSA. It's their favorite. They're like, man, we can't wait to hear these dudes screaming at each other for hours on end and take all of their information and listen to them poop in their pants.
They already do all that anyway.
Well, yeah, but now they get to do it again while you're gaming.
So?
And I get to play my Xbox and use my controller and not have to worry that it's listening to me.
Have a microphone.
I can fart alone in my room.
I guarantee. I bet you they do listen to you.
They probably do.
How? Where's the microphone in it?
Well, isn't it gonna have a microphone in it?
No.
Wow. So okay. Well, apparently they're not gonna have all of the cool features that PlayStation 5 controllers.
No, they didn't put a microphone in it because it's weird to put a microphone in a controller.
Well, there are some people that don't have microphones that maybe they will be able to use.
That's their fault. Literally, my headset cost me very little, and it works just as good as a pro headset. And that's their fault.
Maybe people don't want to use a headset. Maybe it hurts them. Like this one gives me a really bad headache and it hurts my head.
Then
but I use it anyway.
A headache and hurts your head.
It's true, it does, Mike. But this makes it worse. Like, so
you're one of the only people in the world that caught COVID. Nobody else caught it. Nobody else has this. You're the only person in the world that has it.
You can tell that to like the 121,000 people that were diagnosed this week.
Man, you're making up numbers now. Now you're just throwing numbers out there. Come on,
Mike. Dude. I'm a numbers guy.
You're better
50.
Than this,
no. 50 billion people were diagnosed with COVID this week.
Yeah, Mike. Those numbers are legit.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
People in the 1900s and 1800s have been diagnosed with COVID now. So pretty soon everyone's just going to be diagnosed with COVID.
There you go, Ben. You know what? You're fine. Listen,
but no, think about it. I mean, maybe you want to have the audio coming from your TV, but maybe you still want to talk with friends online and stuff. So that allows you to, it gives you more options, Mike. It's about options.
Is it?
About giving the player more
Pretty sure it's about listening to you while you're like taking a dump with your controller in your hand.
Who takes a dump while they're playing video games, Mike?
You don't take a dump while playing video games, Ben?
No.
You're
do that before
wrong,
do it after.
No, you're doing gaming wrong then, Ben.
I think you're doing life wrong.
I mean,
no, you are doing life wrong if you don't.
To be fair, if PlayStation players want to take a dump and play games, they can because they have remote play. So
true.
But
I can do that too. I can just switch over to my laptop and play games on my laptop.
Wow, so you
same game that I play on my
Xbox. New system to be able to do that.
Well, cool. I mean, it would be certainly nice to be able to do that and not have to, deal with that. Or I can just switch it over to my phone.
Mike,
I can put it on my tablet because I can do that with my Xbox too. Because I can play it wherever I go.
Sure.
That's right, Mike. Wherever you go.
Wherever I go.
Well, I for one am looking forward to getting my hands on the new DualSense controller.
Same.
I bet you are.
And apparently there's like I don't know if this was confirmed or not, but like the different like platings on the controller can be switched out with customizable platings and stuff too.
That would be sweet. That's
so fancy.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really, really sweet. And
it's legit, Mike. It's legit.
And like the triggers have like tensions and stuff, so you can like
so does the Xbox. It's crazy.
Oh wow. They probably got the idea from PlayStation.
No, they definitely didn't, because like scientifically the best controller out there. Scientifically, scientists were like the best controller, Xbox.
It's going down. It's going down this year.
That's not literally not happening.
People are saying that PlayStation 5's controller is like the best controller of all time. So it's about to get real, Mike. It's about to get real for you.
Wrong.
You can deny reality all you want. That's totally
not denying
fine.
anything.
You can deny reality and be sad when you realize that you don't have the DualSense controller in your hand.
I would never feel sad about that ever.
Once you realize,
literally, I couldn't feel sad about that ever.
I can't wait for the day that I hand you a PlayStation 5 controller
and I throw up all over it.
And you pick it up and you just like are like, man, I've been wrong.
What have I been? What have I been missing?
And I give it a slight squeeze and it snaps in half, and now I'm sad. And then the NSA comes to my door and arrests me for breaking one of their microphones.
They actually made them bulletproof too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So they do that. You know why they made it bulletproof? No, in case the Xbox guy comes in your house and says, "Listen, we got to get rid of this thing. It's listening to you, and you can't shoot the controller and break it." They're like, "You'll never get that microphone out of there, buddy. Good luck."
Needless to say, and this is me as a true gamer crossing the bridge and
true gamer
causing healing and everything else here. People are mighty impressed. People are mighty impressed by the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S as much as they are with the PlayStation 5 as well. So it's looking good. It's looking good for both consoles.
It is looking good for next gen consoles.
We're all winners.
That's right. We are all winners.
That's right. And I'm going to be the ultimate winner when I have both consoles.
Unless you have a DualSense controller. Oof.
Well, then we're just a mega winner.
No, not at all. Not according to science.
According to science, we win.
No,
everything.
not even a thing. No, not at all.
Science.
And apparently the PlayStation 5 is doing very well as well. It has a new UI and incredible load times, and they are saying the fanciest controller of all time. Ooh. So
that's another word for we put too many things in this. Nobody wants it.
Options,
it's also
Mike. It's about
super quiet, which is great because I'm sick and tired of those loud consoles.
Which is nice because the PlayStation 4 gets pretty loud.
Dude, the PlayStation 4 sounds like it's gonna blow up sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Super quiet. Even
so that's gonna be nice.
Xbox One is
gonna be really nice.
It's weird.
Are you talking right now, Mike?
Well,
sorry, Mike.
Oh, you guys can't hear me over your PlayStation's running in the background. Gotcha. Yeah. I can hear you guys because my Xbox is quiet. Oh.
Man.
Anyways,
Mike is just a sad gamer.
Speaking of sad
really
things,
speaking
of very sad things, more sad news.
Can't we all just celebrate the fact that next gen consoles are going to be amazing?
We can't celebrate that.
And listen, next gen Free Guy is going to be amazing.
And Death on the Nile have been pushed back again.
I don't even know what Death on the Nile is about, to be honest.
You literally like Murder on the Orient Express.
That's right. It's the next one. Yeah.
How did you not know this?
No, I do now. I just for some reason I was thinking it was like some Egyptian movie or something. That's
oh my god.
But apparently it's not. Apparently it's the next.
You said you like Murder on the Orient Express. You were the one that was like, bro, you got to check this out. And I was like,
and I've seen like all of the old Perot movies and stuff.
Apparently not Murder on the Nile.
And I've read a lot of Agatha Christie, so yeah, I'm very familiar with it.
Apparently not Murder on the Nile.
Apparently not enough.
Kind of forgot. I just kind of forgot about that one.
You just pulled a bin on everybody right there. Don't pull a bin.
But it's. I mean, I didn't like it as much as Orient Express, but it's still pretty good.
Well, you might never get to see it, so.
Yeah, apparently not.
Well, it's Free Guy.
I mean, it's pretty much just the way that all movies have gone this year, where everything just gets pushed back. So.
I mean, we figured everything would get pushed back at some point.
It's not even really like news. It's just kind of like something that we've just come to expect at this point. So
we've seen it coming and we've accepted it.
Yeah,
like it's like in the movie Clue when like the 8th murder happens and everybody just like walks in the room and sees the person dead on the table and they just walk away.
Yeah.
Another movie pushed back. Great.
I've actually never seen that movie, the Clue movie.
What?
Yeah,
it's okay. You guys should check it out. It's really good.
Is it good?
Speaking of movies, I heard some rumors. Test screenings for Dune.
Yeah, are apparently excellent.
Yeah, and it was nothing but excellent news about it.
I'm not surprised
that they loved it. They thought it was amazing. They said it's some of the best cinematography they've seen, and it'll probably be one of the best movies of next year. So
I mean,
it's Denis. I have all the faith in that man.
Yeah,
I did hear that film.
Yeah,
that the movie wasn't finished. That like they were watching an incomplete movie, but that could also be so that they don't see the full thing. But all the test screenings said that it was really, really, really good. And there was one guy that apparently broke the NDA and like went into more detail on like Reddit and said like he didn't do any spoilers, but he said a lot more about like the acting was amazing and like Timothy Chalamet is like amazing in the movie.
I'm not surprised by that either.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet is amazing. So
so I'm kind of pumped for that.
Yeah.
So that's some good movie news, at least, even though I have to wait till next year to see it.
Still hurts me every time I hear that. Oh, my goodness.
You may have to wait next year, but you know who didn't wait till next year to fire Johnny Depp? Warner Brothers.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Warner Brothers.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Because obviously there's been a lot of stuff going on between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and stuff. And
for a while.
Yeah. And Johnny Depp was in Fantastic Beasts and everything else.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not very happy about it, to be honest. And especially the fact that it sounds like they're going to still keep Amber Heard in Aquaman 2.
Yeah. I think that's the most frustrating thing to me. It's like I'm not a huge fan of Fantastic Beasts movies. I think they're okay.
Oh my God, Ben.
It's more of the principle of the thing with the whole Johnny Depp situation, because I feel like from everything we know, Johnny Depp is not really the one to be blamed in this situation with everything going on there.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody knows that there's a lot of problems with Amber Heard.
Yes.
And I just feel like that's not really fair to someone like him. And I think he also lost the lawsuit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, against the newspaper, he did not succid in the lawsuit against
so the Sun, the freaking Sun. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so stupid, man.
I feel like it's a complicated issue. If nothing else, it's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
And I think that should have been taken into account. I'm surprised because to me, in my head at least, Warner Brothers is fine with sticking with J.K. Rowling, who regardless of whether you agree with her comments or not,
right?
Whether you agree with her stance or not, has been controversial, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And has been like, I'm gonna die on this hill. And with the way movie companies have been and Hollywood has been with like going, listen, we kind of avoid any controversies we can, and typically we'll fire people. Like James Gunn got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy and then rehired, but got fired. There's, and then after he gets fired, Warner Brother immediately picks him up and is like, hey man, I know there's a lot of controversy, but do you want to direct the Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
But then Johnny Depp's here, like, oh, he might have done something bad. Oh, maybe he didn't do anything bad. And then now it's like somewhere in the middle of like, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, or maybe they're both at fault. And then for them to pull it, I feel like maybe there's something else going on that they're not telling anybody.
Maybe.
Also, because the fact is, like, I personally think that the first Fantastic Beasts movie is like my top 3 favorite Harry Potter movies.
Oh, easily.
All of them. Yeah, easily. But the second one wasn't as good.
Fantastic Beasts, the first one is like my favorite Harry Potter movie.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
The second one though is probably my least favorite out of all Harry Potter movies.
I will rain hot fire down on you. No, absolutely.
Really?
The second one is not as good at all. And I did
not like it at all. I didn't even finish the second one. It was that bad to me.
Oh, really? I had to watch it in theaters. So I finished it. I was like, this is not nearly as good. And it's not up there. It's definitely my bottom tier for Harry Potter movies. And I was like, and maybe Johnny Depp not being as big of a draw as they hoped he would. Maybe that's what it was. It could be a lot of things, but I feel like there's more going on here than just Amber Heard.
Both of those movies are in my bottom 5 Harry
Can't wait to hear. There it is, everybody. Listen, Ben, I'm going to break this down for you real quick. I'm going to break it down for you real easy. Okay?
Real quick.
Eddie Redmayne's portrayal as Newt Scamander is one of the best portrayals of a character in the entire Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah, I agree.
Literally, I watched the movie, and yes, I was confused in the first, 10 to 15 minutes. I was like, what is this dude's deal? Is he like a sketchy? What is this dude's deal? And then partway through about the time where like they're in the park catching the giant rhino butt creature, like I realized I was like, oh, they actually like created and wrote a very well established like autistic character or a character with like a different like working brain than other people, and did a great job of portraying him as like a unique perspective without trying to make him seem like goofy or dumb. Like Newt Scamander is probably one of the most complex characters I've seen in the Harry Potter franchise as well. Yeah. And the second movie failed because they didn't do enough with it. That's really what it is. Go ahead, Ben, please.
I think the second one suffers a lot by exposition and not enough character development.
I don't disagree about Newt and Eddie Redmayne's portrayal. That was my favorite thing about the Fantastic Beasts movie. I just didn't really care for everything else.
That's interesting because I don't know. I like it. I think that's cool how they kind of like show all the different cool creatures and everything else. And
I wasn't a huge fan of the storyline or anything. I just wasn't as engaged as I was with the Harry Potter movies, or not even the Harry Potter movies. The Harry Potter books. I love those books so much. So I have a little bit of a soft spot for the movies. Because of that.
Oh, you're one of the books better than the movie guys. Gotcha.
Oh, books are far better than the movies.
Ben has a soft spot. He still has a soft spot.
Ben has a lot of soft spots. Let's just be honest.
I do. It's all over my head.
No, in no situation, rarely any situation, is the movie better than the book. I get that, but like these are like their own like IPs, like they're their own like thing. And they're following a little bit of the story. But the first movie, even the idea of like you don't have to like kill the monster at the end to save the day is like a really cool message, and it's a really cool idea. And then in the second one, they're like, nah, like you got to fight the bad guy.
Watch Love and Monsters, please. Watch Love and Monsters.
I do want to see that. I do want to see that.
I'd rather watch Fantastic Beasts 1 again.
But
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
mostly because Ben suggested it. If Josiah had suggested, I'd probably go see it.
I mean, I think that. I mean, I want to go see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I own it, and we should watch it.
You own it? Well, why haven't you invited me over to watch it yet?
You can come over and watch it. Come over
yeah, but then I'd have
watch
to come over and watch it.
Or I'll come over tonight and we'll watch it.
Mike, you can.
Well, Ben,
go
last time you came over, you had COVID, so I kind of you don't have a good track record going here.
All right. Well, if you guys want to change your mind and let me come over, I will watch the movie. But
I don't like how you said that, Ben, and I'm really uncomfortable now.
Well, that's okay, Mike, because I have to go, so you don't have to be uncomfortable anymore.
You're leaving.
What?
I do have to leave. I do have some prior engagements for a little bit later this afternoon.
Here. And
All right.
abandons everyone that he loves.
I don't abandon everybody I love. There's some other things.
No, it's fine. Listen, abandon us, abandon the podcast. Go, Ben. Get out.
Mike.
Be gone. Ben. Say goodbye to everyone, Ben.
Bye, everyone. It's been
Bye.
great. It's been
Have
real.
fun.
How did you say it like that? Bye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
I miss you all.
All right. Well, you
all.
have fun doing your thing and not being part of your podcast. That's cool.
Wow. All right. Jeez. Okay.
Listen, we already did it without you once. Get out of here.
Wow. Shame. Jeez.
Bye, Ben.
We love you, Ben. Goodbye.
Well, I don't want to say that word.
Well,
Ben.
you know what? Y'all are cute. Goodbye.
Oh, bye, Ben.
Wow.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He just abandons us all the time.
He just listen. He wasn't here for one with his fake sickness that he didn't actually have. When there's millions of people suffering from this disease worldwide, and he faked it so he didn't have to come on the podcast, and now he's leaving for some other reason.
Yeah. He's just like, you know what? I don't really feel like being here anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna abandon you all. But I don't know. I am kind of bummed about the Johnny Depp thing. I don't know, especially when there's all the stuff about like, oh, he's coming back for Pirates.
Yeah.
He's gonna do stuff there, and like we love Johnny and stuff, and now all of a sudden like feels like that support is like slipping, and I don't know why.
Honestly, I think that this is probably pretty bad for his career in general. Yeah. I think that I don't know. I don't think that his career is ever gonna recover, to be honest, which is sad.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the downturn for a while, and
yeah,
I mean, after like Mordecai, which was like god awful, and a lot of other like weird flops and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Johnny. I really like him as an actor. He's in my like top 10 greatest actors of all time.
Well, he was like the icon of like the 2000s and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Especially with the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I think that was probably the thing that disappoints me the most is that we probably won't be seeing him return as Jack Sparrow and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be I mean, I don't know. He literally is like the spirit of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know how a Pirates movie would do without Jack Sparrow. So I don't know.
And like even the announcement that like they're gonna do like a spinoff with Margot Robbie and stuff. I love Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. I think she's one of the best actresses working today.
Yeah.
And even with that, I'm like, that doesn't inspire confidence because it's still that idea like this is Pirates of the Caribbean. Because like the last one was to me terrible. Like, oh, it was so bad. Yeah. And they have like go ahead.
I think that in a lot of ways. And this isn't the only way, but in a lot of ways, the Pirates movies really depend on how well of a character they do with Jack Sparrow in a lot of ways. Yep. And which is why the first two I think are so good. I think that they did a great job with him in those movies. And then ever since then I don't know, like Jack Sparrow just hasn't been that great of a character, especially in the most recent one. He was they completely really butchered his character in that one.
Yeah, he was terrible. Yeah. Like it was weird because like he was so goofy in Pirates 3. Yeah. And then Pirates 4, I felt like was kind of a little bit of a return to form. Yeah. Especially like with him and Barbossa, like their kind of interactions. Yeah. And then in the fifth one, they were just like, Barbossa's got like a kid and Jack is dumb and can't do anything right. And you're like,
you can't do anything, which doesn't make any sense. Like the whole charm of Jack Sparrow and the first couple was that he obviously someone that is missing a few bolts and stuff, but at the same time he is like super duper smart and witty. Yes. And that's what made him such a great character. And now it just kind of feels like he's just kind of like a bumbling idiot that just happens to get things right somehow. So
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like for me personally, like I thought going into the fifth Pirates movie, they were like, oh, Jack Sparrow lost his luck. I thought that's kind of a cool concept. Like maybe Jack has to go find his luck. Maybe there's like something cursing Jack, or something is like has actually like inhibited Jack from being as good as he is. And they were like, nah, he's just an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of our face. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They completely just butchered a what would have been a great concept for that movie.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sad. So yeah, I don't think that Johnny Depp is ever gonna recover, unfortunately. And Hollywood is a really ruthless place, and they're totally fine with stabbing people in the back if they need to. And I think that is probably what's going to be happening with Johnny Depp, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, and it's really sad, and you know, I don't know, it's not good. I'm definitely someone who thinks I mean I think that there's a lot of there's probably a lot of faults both on Johnny Depp's side and Amber Heard's side.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
With everything.
Yep.
But Amber Heard has literally destroyed his life.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate.
It's pretty, it's not good. It's not good. No. And there's a lot more evidence to support Johnny Depp being the one in the right more than Amber Heard. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like I don't know. It feels rough that somebody with like a reputation like Johnny Depp has, and I don't know, based on what I understand, I mean I could be wrong, but I haven't seen a whole lot of controversy around him. Like yeah, he's struggled with alcohol and he's struggled with drugs before and stuff, but like the guy's been all around a generally nice guy, and like all I've ever heard from him is like doing charity events and helping people and being kind to people and his fans and everything. And I haven't heard anything really negative about Amber Heard either, but like I mean, it's just weird to see like a guy's entire reputation get thrown out the window because of an accusation. Yeah. And then there'll be like this mired and like maybe everything isn't like it seems, and they're like, nah, just boot this dude. He's old. Yeah. It's like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad stuff. But it's interesting because Johnny Depp actually was someone who helped Robert Downey Jr. get out of his rut, out of his dark time back in the day and stuff.
Yeah. And him and Mel Gibson of all people.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like people with like bad reputations and stuff actually like trying to help other people like escape that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of the weird thing about Hollywood is that like even if you are a decent person, if you have just like if you do just any sort of like mistake that they don't like, then they will basically destroy your career, which kind of happened with Mel Gibson and Johnny Depp, and it happens with a lot of people. So
yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, it really is. It just, I don't know. It just goes to like kind of put that thing of like, I don't know. Sometimes it's better to be like merciful and understanding than it is to just like jump to conclusions about things or just immediately judge people for stuff. And I mean, you know, if you're Bill Cosby, then well, that's a different story. You probably should just be shot and put out of your misery and put out of everybody else's misery. But like, yeah, that thing of like, like the cutthroat like style of like Hollywood sometimes. And I don't know, I feel like in like the age of like COVID and everybody being like, hey, we need like hope and happiness and stuff, it almost feels like icky just to be like, yeah, we're not going to forgive people and we're not going to be understanding. Like if you effed up at all, like just boot it, you know. But you know, J.K. Rowling is still involved in all of this with all her controversies, and I'm like, arguably she'd be more she's like more damaging to the brand than anybody. Yeah. And yet, you know, but I also have heard that she's not even writing the third movie because of how bad the second one was. So
oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. So
did she write the second one too?
Oh yeah, she wrote both of them. She was like, I have complete creative control of this.
Wow.
And I think David Ayer, who's directed like 7 Harry Potter movies or something like that, I think he's coming on to write the fourth movie.
Okay.
So I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, no. Well, if she wrote the second one, she did not do a good job. So
no, and I think that's the problem. It's not David Ayer, by the way, I was wrong. But no, she didn't do. I don't think she did a very good job in the second movie. No, personally. No, and even people that I know that are like huge Harry Potter fans were like, the second one was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, so, I mean that's the way that my wife was too, because she's David a huge Yates. Harry Potter fan, and she did not like the second one. She was actually the one that suggested we turn off the second one because of how bad it was. So it was not good.
Yep. It was written by by J.K. Rowling. But the thing is, she's obviously a great writer. I mean, she did this whole franchise, but she definitely, I think, struggles when it comes to like writing a screenplay. She's just not a screenplay writer.
Books and screenplays are very different beasts. So
they really are.
No pun intended. But
yeah.
But as far as like the movies go with the Harry Potter, who knows what's going to happen with that and stuff. But my wife is very excited for the Harry Potter RPG game that's coming out next year.
Oh yeah, dude, that thing looks sweet. Like, I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah, that might actually be pretty cool. I might even try it out. So we'll see.
Well, listen, it's going to be an MMO. So
is this still going to be an MMO?
That's what I heard, but it might not be. But
I heard that it was going to be an MMO, but then people said that it wasn't going to be an MMO, and people are kind of confused by it. So
I almost wonder if it's going to be something like an always online, like a Destiny or something like that, just with Harry Potter.
Right. That'd be really cool if they did that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Imagine having to like learn different like spells and then like fight other people with them and stuff. That'd be sick. That'd be really sick.
That would be great. Like, yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people that are really pumped for that, and I think it looks pretty great. I mean, just in general. I was kind of looking it up to see Hogwarts Legacy, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know what the name of it is. But it's an action role-playing game, so maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll just be a single-player game.
It looks like it's a single player. Yeah, I think at first like it was supposed to be an MMO or something, and then they like I don't know, I do remember people talking about a Harry Potter MMO at one point. But,
gotcha.
But I don't know what happened with that. So,
interesting.
Well, I think there's a mobile game that's a Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
something like that. I think they kind of were trying to do kind of like Pokemon Go and stuff, but like Harry Potter.
Okay, it shows how much we know about Harry Potter. Apparently,
yeah.
Well, I look forward. I think the game will be fun. I think it'll be cool, and that'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. But I don't know. I think the Harry Potter franchise in general, it's pretty bad when one bad movie like throws the whole thing into disarray. But apparently the same guy that wrote all but one of the Harry Potter movies is now penning the screenplay with J.K. Rowling for this next movie. So hopefully it'll course correct a little bit better. I think it'll be interesting that they're like, we got to bring this dude on because he's got to do something different. I don't know. Like, I think the thing that really stinks the most out of all of this is that like they're basically firing Johnny Depp at the same time, at least where it stands right now. Amber Heard is still going to be in Aquaman 2. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just weird. That's weird to me.
It is a little odd, especially because like even I think it was Jason Momoa was like, dude, I'd be super happy. Like a lot of people thought like Emilia Clarke should replace it because they were in Game of Thrones together and stuff. I think she'd be great. In it. So, but I don't know. Like that's kind of weird to me. So, I don't know. I think that's odd. Yeah, that they just are like, whatever. We're gonna let that go. But, Yep. So much for patriarchy and male privilege, I guess. I don't know, man. It's odd, but I mean that's the thing too with Warner Brothers. Like if you're trying to distance yourself from like controversial figures, like you should be distancing yourself from like controversial figures. Thing is, a lot of people are controversial, and I don't know. There's just like if you dig deep enough, anybody has dirt, and of course, people for dirt. Like I said, if you've done something blatantly obvious and everybody's like, no, this dude's wrong, but like there have been a lot of support for Johnny Depp, which doesn't happen in cancel culture normally. Like most people are like, no, you effed up, you're gone, and they're like, no, this dude seems like he's been really doing it. But once again, maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they saw something that we didn't see, or they found something out, and they're just trying to get ahead of it now before things get worse. True. I mean, there's always that possibility. So we'll see what happens. I wish the best for Johnny Depp. I wish the best for Amber Heard. I hope their careers keep going, and I hope they be able to get their stuff fixed and get things better for them. I mean, going forward, it would be nice to not see any more controversy for either of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's been a dragged out process. So
yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's just stop beating each other up. That would be
that'd be a good place to start, probably.
Yeah, you know,
maybe stop, shitting on my bed and stuff, and we'll be good.
You know, it's the little things.
Yeah, it's the little things.
It's the little things, that make a marriage, make a friendship, make the world work. Listen, guys, don't poop in each other's beds.
Yeah,
just don't do it unless you like poop in your bed, and then please poop in each other's bed. But most people don't like it, and then just listen. Unless you're an MMA fighter or you're a professional wrestler, don't beat each other up.
Yeah.
Just leave that stuff to the ring. Unless you like getting beat up, and then do your thing. But try not to beat people up that don't want to be beat up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the little things, man. It's the little things. Start with the baby steps,
Yeah, baby steps. Don't poop in my bed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, I think that is probably gonna wrap it up for this week and stuff. I don't really have anything else to bring up or anything. So
listen, we talked about the lava planet. What more can we talk about?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the only thing I really wanted to get out of the way this week, to be completely honest. The only thing
we want to talk about is that lava planet. That's the only thing that's important.
I can't wait to find out what planet they discover next week. It's gonna be pretty epic.
Probably be a poop planet.
Probably,
which would be pretty cool. Feces.
Yeah, it's made out of feces.
Yeah.
We don't know where the feces come from, but
we know it's a poop planet.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be cool. I mean, then it would pretty much confirm that there are alien species of some sort out there.
Listen, these aliens made a giant planet out of poop. Isn't that cool? Yep.
Maybe Earth is made out of alien poop. Who knows? Maybe rocks are actually alien poop.
Just petrified alien poop.
Yep.
Listen, this is a hot take. We're gonna go with this.
Okay.
Next week we find out poop planet.
We'll see if you're right. We'll see if you're right. So with that being said, thank you everyone for coming out this week. We really appreciate it. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you guys could, please leave a review on any of the any platform that you're listening to this on. We'd greatly appreciate that. And if you guys want to, you can always email us and let us know how we're doing, or if you have any questions for us, you can go ahead and ask us those as well. You can email us at epicmanvideos69@gmail.com. So with that being said, thank you everyone for coming out, and we will talk to you all next week. Have a great week.